happy Saturday. Well, for me, it's Saturday. I don't know when you'll be watching this video, but it's Saturday. So happy Saturday. I am having my warm lemon water this morning, and I am here to bring you a summer decorate with me video. I am so happy to share with you all the changes that I've made here throughout the home. You'll see that there'll be some new furniture pieces, which I adore so much, and I am so happy that our home is finally flowing and more cohesive. It definitely took time, a lot of trial and error, a lot of purchases and returns, and selling on Facebook Market, which I actually sold our sectional that we had here that my husband loved, but he likes our new sofa, thank goodness. It's just the sofa is a little bit more smaller. It's the same depth, which is great, but it is not as wide. Our sectional was very wide, and while it still fit the space, it was a little bit overwhelming. And I think this furniture that we have now is definitely so much better for the space. And the sofa is beautiful, it is super comfortable, and I just love it. And I think it is very classic, and it's a slip covered sofa, a true slip covered sofa, because the sectional that I purchased, only the cushion covers were removable. I thought the whole sofa was a slip cover. So be careful with that when you're ordering a sofa. I don't know if I missed it or I don't know what happened there, but anyway, I am just happy that I was able to sell it on Facebook Market and again use that money towards our new sofa. And I just adore it. I think it's such a beautiful sofa and a very classic and timeless piece that can be useful for many more years to come, Lord willing. And I was finally also able to add 2 accent chairs, which is what I've been wanting. I had one before, which I ended up moving into our guest room. I am working on that, so stay tuned for a video on the guest room updates. And so with these 2 chairs, I feel that they added a nice masculine touch to the space while still keeping it a little soft with the tufted details on these chairs. And these chairs are super comfy. And the best part is that I scored them at an amazing deal on Amazon because they had them on, I believe it was Bed Bath & Beyond, Wayfair, and some other sites for over $500. And I think on Bed Bath & Beyond, it was like $700 each of these chairs. And I'm telling you, they're the same chairs. They're the same brand, Christopher Knight. Some companies just label them a different brand, but they are literally the same chair because I've read the details. This time I made sure to pay full attention. But I love them. Oh my goodness. And they give the leather look, but they are like, I think it's called, I don't know if it's velour. It's definitely not velvet. I'm not sure what the material is called, but it gives the illusion of leather, which I love because don't get me wrong, I love leather, but sometimes it can be a little bit uncomfortable to sit in for long periods of time, especially in warmer climate areas. And although we have central AC, it's warm here in Texas. So anyway, I adore these chairs. I love them. And they, if I didn't mention it already, super comfy. And they just flow so nicely with the space. All the changes that I've been made using some of the things that I've had, and just adding new pieces that I've been collecting over the years that we've been here. And I love how the space now flows. And I'm just so excited to share it with you. So let's get on with the video. These are the items that I have that I've taken out to decorate with. Most of these things I've already had. I have added a couple of things, mainly on this side here, that I'm going to show you. I recently picked up this beautiful American flag Ralph Lauren tea towel from HomeGoods. And while I was there, I also saw this beautiful starfish bottle stopper and this bottle opener that is a little fish. I thought this was so lovely and such a nice addition to have and to collect. I also have this tortoise shell little turtle bottle stopper as well that I thought was really sweet. So I figured I would use it inside this little container here. And so I will be popping in the rest of these that I've picked up as well. And then over here, I picked up this frame board for this existing picture frame that I've had. Now they're not the same size, so I will have to trim this one a little bit. This is a 5x7 and my frame is a 5x5. I got this blue and white lamp from Hobby Lobby and also these little candles. They were 49 cents. And I also picked up some picks and some stir sticks and some wooden spoons for my coffee station over there. And then I also plan to use this jar here for snacks. There are some variety of snacks back there that we're gonna use for my tea cart turned snack cart. And over here, I have this gorgeous little box that I'm gonna be using for the coffee table, hopefully, and this silver vase and tray, and this is another starfish, and here I have a coastal print, and this is another coastal print, some stems, and this beautiful tortoise decanter, and this seashell. I love this so much, and you wouldn't believe it, but it is actually a light. I got this recently on sale from Target. I believe it is from the Studio McGee and Threshold line. I don't recall exactly, but I loved the element of surprise that it's a light and it just gives such a gorgeous glow. So I want to use that on my coffee table, hopefully. And then over here, just some hydrangeas that I've had. I also have them in that lime green kind of color, so we'll see which one of those two we will use. And just another candle holder and this beautiful scalloped tray dish. And I added this little candlestick because I want to incorporate more of the blush around the house, not just the blue and green and the beige and browns. But here we have some more blue and white. This stores some chocolates. And then over here, this was formerly a candle, which it finished and I cleaned it out and I'm still using it as a candle holder. I just put a little tea light in there and I added this little tassel. I think it looks really sweet. It's nice to be able to repurpose things. I love that, and it would work also for a floral vase, but right now we're gonna be using it for a candle holder. And as you can see back here, I've already been playing around and added these flags to this bud vase. That bud vase is also from Hobby Lobby. And then over here, I have some more flags that I've had and just added it to this clear glass bud vase as well. And this is also a frame that I've had. And I just removed the pole from this flag and added it in here. And I loved how it looks. So I'm hoping to use the majority of these things. And then I do have this pack of shells. It's a variation of shells that I've had for a while. And then I've had these beautiful antelope pillows and this vintage style pillow that I want to incorporate, and a coffee table book, and also my wine bottle holder. Lastly, over here, I got these bowls from Hobby Lobby because I couldn't find what I was looking for, so we're gonna do a little DIY project with that. That is why you might have seen this E6000 over here. Start here in the kitchen, and I'm just going to add these tea towels on the stove. my living room is pretty much all cleaned up. It's vacuumed, it's a clean slate, ready for decorating. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with that. I have been playing around and adding a few little touches here and there, and these roses that I've also had for a while is what inspired me to bring back some of the pink that I've used throughout the house. And so I want to reuse it again. And then over here, this is pretty much how I had it, with the exception of this bowl. It used to be on the coffee table, but I added it on here and I loved how it looks. I'm thinking to remove the moss balls and just pour in some of the seashells that we have, a variation of mixed seashells. That's my thought behind that. And then over here on my sideboard, I just have this sailboat, which is also from the Threshold and Studio McGee collection. And just a beautiful blue and white porcelain little box, and this greenery that I've had, and my favorite little touches of tortoise shell. I always like to have that sprinkled around the house as well. I am obsessed with that pattern, as well as this blue and white. It's just, to me, so classic and timeless, and it just adds that nice warmth, because if you know me, I love neutrals, and the tortoise shell just brings in some of that warmth, and I think it's perfectly usable all year round, not just around fall. So that's why I like incorporating it here and there around my house. And again, it's my favorite pattern, so you'll see it very often. Bringing in the pillows. I have the two hydrangea arrangements that I mentioned earlier. Here is the green one, and here is the white one. I'm gonna try the green one first. This book of Wild Horses of the West. And this is that little box that I showed you. I love this so much. It's a very nude blush pink, and I love that stone in the center, kind of like a tortoise stone. Next, I'm bringing in the shell. Here is the tortoise shell candle holder, and then this brass and pink candle. I'm still not sure in what position I want to have the coffee table book. I think this will work a little better. Yeah, I think I like that a little better. I do like cohesion and things that flow, so I tend to stick with similar patterns and things like that. Some people might see it as excessive. I just know what I like, and I tend to stick to that. Here's how it's looking so far. I'm gonna go ahead and try the white hydrangeas and see how that looks. Ah, yes, I think I like that much more. It's a little softer and airy. Okay, I'm gonna move on to my tea cart turned snack cart. And again, I am so sorry about the lighting. I know the coffee table didn't show up as great, but hopefully I will be able to get a little footage in the evening so you can see the warm glow of the seashell, and also with the candles turned on. On the tea cart, I already have 2 bottles of Coca-Cola. This was a gift from my sweet husband 2 years ago for Christmas. He knows how much I love tea time, and I haven't got much use of this cart because I haven't been able to do tea time as often as I would like. So I figured it would be perfect to incorporate it right here in this space. I decided to turn this into a snack cart because I figured it would get a lot more use, since my husband and I spend quite a bit of time here in the living room. We love cozying up together, watching sports, or sometimes while he's watching sports, I am on my laptop watching YouTube videos. So I found it to be more useful as a snack cart, and I thought it just fit this space so nicely. So this was the little DIY that I did. It's just putting these two pieces together. It's two bowls that I just made into a pedestal bowl. Start to bring in some of the snacks. So ideally, this would be great for potato chips and things like that, but for obvious reasons, we're not gonna have potato chips exposed all the time. So I have these delicious almond flour crackers, and I love how they come in these little packages. So hopefully it doesn't ruin the aesthetic, but I am going to put a couple of these in the bowl. My husband and I love these chomps. They are great, healthy, and filling snacks. So I'm going to put them in this little glass jar. I just think it makes it look so much more prettier. Adding this canter over here. I'm gonna put these two glasses over here. This wine
Next, I'm
bottle
adding the other bowl that I purchased with these limes. They're not exactly useful here, but I love the natural and organic look and the added pop of color.
And moving up top, I'm going to add this Ralph Lauren book. Add this arrangement. Try to see. Perfect. I think that's looking so adorable. And then I'm gonna add this coastal photo. See how I can arrange these here just to be a little bit taller and out of the way, because I do want to add that little candle. I think I want to switch out these glasses. I feel like they're a little dark for the decanter. I think these will match a little better and will look a little more casual. Yeah, I think I like that so much better.
I have these beautiful scalloped napkins that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I do want to add a monogram here with my Cricut, so I'll be working on that and add it afterwards. I'm moving to the side table here. I'm grabbing the bowl that I have with these moss balls in them and removing the moss balls and putting in some of the seashells from that bag that I showed you earlier. And this is what it looks like. I love how it just looks so coastal and very simple. Placing it here at the lower shelf of our side table. I don't know about you, but I enjoy when it rains. Here's a little view of what it was looking like. I just think the rain makes all things cozy and a little romantic, especially when you get to be home. I just love turning on my candles and watching some movies or YouTube videos from my favorite girls, Holly at Simply Lace and Lake, Dresa, Nakita Naecol, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Jocelyn from Cozy Home Queen. Those are just some of my favorite to watch, and I hope you check them out too. I am so happy with the way everything turned out. As you can see, I love adding blue and white pieces all throughout my home, as well as the tortoise shell. I think they add such timeless elegance.